Hidden behind these blast-proof doors lies a secret that ensures global dominance.
A $3 billion predator designed to rule the deep silence. Welcome to the birthplace of the most complex machine ever built by human hands.
This is a Virginia-class nuclear submarine. A steel giant longer than a football field.
Constructing it requires 5 years, millions of man-hours, and zero margin for error.
Inside this mega factory, the stakes are as high as the price tag.
Security here is absolute. What happens inside these walls is classified.
Let's go inside the process of building the ultimate stealth weapon.
It starts not with a weapon, but with a metal alloy.
Massive plates of HY80 steel arrive at the facility.
This isn't ordinary steel. It's designed to withstand the crushing pressure of the ocean depths.
Fabrication begins with fire. Plasma cutters slice through 4 inches of solid armor like butter.
Guided by computers, the cuts are precise to within a fraction of a millimeter.
Every edge must be perfect. Any imperfection could be fatal under pressure. Once cut, these massive plates must be shaped into a cylinder. Enter the hydraulic press, a beast capable of exerting thousands of tons of force. It takes brute force to bend this high-tensile alloy. Slowly, the flat steel is forced into the signature curve of the submarine's hull.
Operators monitor the pressure carefully. Push too hard, and the steel cracks.
The result is a perfect arc, ready to become the backbone of the ship. Autonomous robots transport these heavy sections to the assembly hall.
Here, the skeleton of the Leviathan begins to take shape.
Engineers align the plates using lasers. The tolerance is tighter than a human hair.
Manual welding isn't enough. We need robotic precision.
The welding torch ignites, fusing the steel plates together forever. These welds must be stronger than the steel itself. It's a symphony of sparks and molten metal. But human eyes still make the final call. Quality control is an obsession here. A single bubble in this weld seam could cause a catastrophic implosion at depth. The pressure hull is formed, a steel tunnel that will protect the crew from the crushing ocean. To survive the deep, the hull needs ribs.
Massive steel frames are bolted and welded internally to reinforce the structure.
Before moving on, the hull undergoes a rigorous X-ray scan. They are looking for microscopic cracks invisible to the naked eye.
This section passes inspection. It is now officially a pressure vessel. Multiple cylinders are built simultaneously, ready to be joined into modules. But raw steel rusts. Time for protection.
A specialized anti-corrosion green primer coats every inch of the interior.
This coating will fight the corrosive salt air for decades.
The section is rotated on massive turntables to prepare for outfitting.
Now, the empty steel tube begins to look like a construction site.
Thousands of brackets are welded to the walls. Every hole drilled is calculated. There is no room for improvisation.
Workers smooth out the interior, preparing for the life support systems.
Bulkheads are installed to divide the sub into watertight compartments. These walls are the crew's last line of defense in an emergency. The first module is complete, a perfect synthesis of strength and engineering.
But this is just one piece of the puzzle.
The skeleton is ready. Now, we must give it a brain and a heart.
Next, we install the most dangerous component of all, the nuclear reactor. But a steel skeleton cannot move on its own. It needs a heart. Arriving under heavy security is the S9G Nuclear Reactor module.
This power source is so advanced, the submarine can operate for 33 years without ever refueling.
The margin for error here is zero. A millimeter mistake would turn this billion-dollar project into scrap.
It is lowered with the precision of brain surgery, but on a scale of thousands of tons.
Once installed, this reactor will never be seen again until the ship is decommissioned.
Nuclear heat is converted into raw thrust here, the steam turbines. These blades spin to drive the propulsion system, silent yet powerful.
Connecting the engine to the propeller is a massive steel drive shaft.
Inside the hull, the space begins to shrink. The complexity skyrockets.
Hydraulic lines, air pipes, and cooling ducts weave together like arteries.
Next comes the nervous system.
If laid end to end, the cabling inside this hull would wrap around the Earth.
Over 40 kilometers of electrical wiring are crammed into this confined space. Every connection is vital. A loose wire at 800 feet deep is not an option.
Now for the most critical moment, the marriage of the modules.
Thousands of pipes and cables must align perfectly across the gap simultaneously.
Laser guidance ensures the alignment is perfect.
Once aligned, the sections are welded together. The ship becomes one.
The 377-foot monster finally reveals its true form.
But this is also a home. Crews of 100 and 130 sailors will live here for months.
Kitchens are installed, tight but functional. Comfort is a luxury. The command center, the brain of the submarine. From this chair, the captain will make life or death decisions. Now, we apply the most expensive secret, stealth.
This is an anechoic tile, a classified rubber compound designed to absorb sound.
Silence is survival. The submarine must not reflect sonar.
Workers cover the entire hull in these tiles, like a giant jigsaw puzzle.
It acts like a black hole for sound waves, making the sub invisible to enemy ears.
Coated in black rubber, the ship transforms from a machine into a shadow.
At the stern, the pump jet propulsor is installed.
Designed to slice through water without creating bubbles, it is quieter than a whisper.
Every inch is tested. A loose tile could cause noise that gives away their position.
After 5 years of construction, the work is done.
The scaffolding comes down. The beast is ready to leave its cage.
Lights on. It's time for the rollout.
Final polish. She must look perfect for the Navy. She is given a name and a number. She is now a warship. The sonar dome in the bow waits to listen to the ocean's secrets. Hidden beneath the deck are 12 vertical launch tubes, ready to house Tomahawk cruise missiles, capable of striking 1,000 miles away. The factory gates open. Sunlight touches the hull for the first time. A transporter with hundreds of wheels lifts the 7,800-ton vessel. Gravity fights back, but engineering wins. Slowly, majestically, the giant rolls out into the world. It looks out of place on land, a creature waiting for the sea.
The destination is the floating dry dock.
One final move on solid ground before she meets her element. Valves open. The dry dock floods. The ocean comes to greet the ship. For the first time, she floats. The steel giant comes alive. The giant leaves the cradle. It's time for sea trials. 7,800 tons of diplomacy setting sail.
The captain takes command. The factory team hands over the keys.
First test, surface transit. She handles the rough seas with ease. But this ship wasn't built to float. It was built to disappear.
The order is given. Dive! 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 Dive!
Vents open. The ballast tanks begin to flood. Thousands of gallons of seawater rush into the tanks.
She slips beneath the surface. Gone.
Leaving the world of light behind.
Depth increases. Pressure builds.
The ocean tries to crush the hull. The high-strength steel holds firm.
Down here, she is in her element, silent,
deadly.
The pump jet propels her forward at over 25 knots.
She is blind, but she hears everything.
A target is detected. Simulation drill initiated.
High-speed maneuvers. This 377-foot giant dances like a fighter jet.
Inside, gravity shifts. The crew holds on. Weapons test! Torpedo tubes flooded!
Tube 1 open. Firing solution locked.
Fire!
The Mark 48 torpedo is unleashed.
Guided by wire, it hunts its prey with 100% accuracy.
Test successful, but the mission is never over.
Deep underwater, life goes on, 24 hours a day.
They are the invisible guardians, separated from their loved ones. She can wait here for weeks, watching, listening.
Emergency blow! Final test, emergency surface.
High-pressure air blasts the water out of the tanks instantly.
She rockets towards the surface like a missile.
Breach! A spectacular display of raw power.
7,800 tons of steel crashing down. The ultimate show of force.
The trials are complete. She is ready for duty.
She joins the fleet, a new protector of the seas.
Forged by American steel, built by American hands. From a raw plate of steel to the most advanced warship in history.
Thousands of workers. Millions of parts. One mission.
To protect peace through superior firepower.
Silent, invisible, unstoppable.
This is the price of freedom.
And she will be out there, somewhere.
Watching from the deep.
Inside the nuclear submarine factory. Thanks for watching.
And back at the factory, the next giant is already being born.
The work never stops.
The future is being built today.
Goodbye and good hunting.
Subscribe to see inside the world's most secret factories. See you in the next episode.